Hey readers, this is Old Duke for Horse News. The other week I was at the HarmonyCon, the spiritual successor, if you like, to recognize Dallas, and obviously Dallas, same hotel and everything. And I was lucky enough at the end of the convention to meet the two guys responsible for running the convention, Tyler and Pepper. So what follows is a 3-part video on how their history, the history of HarmonyCon, and if you want to run a con, things you can do, and all the ins and outs, and everything else.
I'm Tyler, I'm one of the chairs, Tyler Gray. That's my handle online too. I was too creative. Sometimes go by Quillon, but it's pretty rare that I use that online.
You should use it more.
I should.
I'm Pepper, people mostly know me online as. You can also call me Matt or Matthew.
Okay. Okay. So how did you guys get into the fandom?
Well,
What's your history?
for me, when I was in college at UTD, a good buddy of mine, and Michael, who is also in my history courses with me, we'd hang out all the time. He was training to be a Navy SEAL. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it just because his eyesight ended up becoming an officer or flying in the Navy. He and I were hanging out one day, and he asked me to watch the show with him, and I'm like, really? My little pony? Come on, man. You're going to the Army. That seems so odd. I mean, it wasn't a huge stretch for me because I've always been into animation, cartoons, that sort of thing. But it was still like one of those things where I heard from him and I'm like, wait, really? So I watched the first couple episodes and I was like, okay, it wasn't as bad as I expected. I go home and I'm watching TV. There's nothing on that I want to watch. I look around. No one else is home, right? Nobody here. Well, there's nothing else on. I might as well watch another episode on TV. And then I was like, well, okay, now I have to watch the next episode, and then the next, and the next. And I started watching all the episodes. And even then, it was a really good show, and I really enjoyed it. I binge watched the entire first 3 seasons at a time, and but what got me into the fandom aspect of it was actually a song by Ken Ashcorp, 20% Cooler, in the old days. Because I had listened to music by this guy on YouTube previously and was listening to that song and favorited it. I didn't even think about it being a brony song at first, which is funny, considering how widely spread that meme is. And then YouTube started suggesting more brony music. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. What's Daddy Discord? Oh, okay. And now it started suggesting more and more, and I was like, oh my god. What is going on here? What is all of this stuff?
YouTube made you a brony with its algorithm.
Yes,
Oh
YouTube made me a brony. YouTube's algorithm is written by bronies. Confirm.
Oh no.
Okay, that's for you?
So I got into the fandom in 2011, February to be more exact. My brother introduced me to the show via the original 4chan threads. And basically, I'm bored. I was actually homeschooled at the time. I was a sophomore in high school, maybe, I don't remember. So he had me watch Sonic Rain Boom. And yeah, that was my first episode. I think it had actually just come out. First pony I saw was Rainbow Dash, and she's still best pony till this day.
We'll have to wait to that one.
Anyway, Rainbow Dash is best pony. What happened after watching the episode? Of course, I binge watched the rest. Yeah, I for the next probably 5 hours that night, and then the rest of the next day after I got up, I just watched the rest of the episode. It was only season 1, so it didn't take as long as others would take, I suppose. But after that, I came across EQD, saw all the fan fictions posted there. I saw Odyssey's first song there, like the first popular brony musician. I saw Luna on there, and I just instantly was like, whoa, this is pretty cool. I mean, there's people making high-quality songs about little ponies. And I think I left out, I was actually, did I say I was homeschooled for high school? So I was just staying at home, and I had nothing better to do. So I just got into the pony fandom, you know, made good friends. We started a local meetup group in Arlington, Texas. It was originally called North Texas Bronies. Chef Sandy actually ran that group. And I just met my group of friends through there. We're still friends. Most of them aren't really in the fandom anymore, but you know, just close bonds.
That became did that become Dallas Fort Worth Bronies?
No, that one did not. Well, it might have. I think the North Texas Bronies might have just kind of spread out into multiple groups at some point.
Oh yeah, cool. Who is Chef Sandy again?
Jeremy, not her name?
Never. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I was with my kind of local group. Not necessarily. I met up with North Texas Bronies a few times, but they were a far drive, and I just started driving.
Yeah.
So I actually ended up getting people from that group to meet up a little bit more close in Arlington, and that's a little group we kind of started, not like a big public group.
Mm-hmm.
From there, more online, I was involved with like My Little Pony Minecraft server. Minecraft was popular back then, and that still is, but in different ways. And I just kind of staffed those servers. I helped like build Equestria maps on there, like, you know, build buildings and everything. Just stayed a part of the community. I worked with Ponyverse for a little while as like a social media management person.
Cool.
I worked with Pony Go Live for a little while, helped them stream at cons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I just got myself involved in all kinds of different things and ended up running a con one day, even though I told myself, man, I'd never do that, I'm not crazy.
We are.
We are though, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm crazy. We're all mad here. Okay, so what made you guys want to start this con? I mean, obviously because of after Nightmare Nights finished, there was that. But what made you guys think, hey, we could do this? And what were your? Did you have any hurdles when you were starting everything up? Did you find some things worked out less difficult than expected? So, you know, when you had staff from Nightmare Nights as well, no stuff like that.
Well, in terms of how it initially began. Obviously, after Nightmare Nights ended, there were a lot of people that wanted to see something else continue in Texas. And so some of the local meetup groups like the DFW Bronies, the Bronies of UTD, and the Countdown Bronies, some representatives of each group got together and began talking about it. We didn't want it to be like a knee-jerk reaction, so we specifically waited a couple months before our first meeting, which was in December of 2017. Yeah,
roughly?
December 2017 when we first met.
Like IHOP or something?
Yeah, at the IHOP. And
most of these people throwing out what they wanted, but you know.
And I
still
called Bob up to just ask him some questions, get some input and advice, talk to him. So, you know, what do we need to know going into this?
We were being extremely cautious from the very beginning, and just like, how viable is this at all?
At which point we began to sort of get things in place, like talk about, okay, what time would we want this, which
kind of changed because we were slow on it, but
a little bit, but not.
We wanted to make sure we had at least like a year or so.
Yeah.
To plan things.
At least a year to plan things, and we also didn't want it to be in the middle of summer where it would be competing with every single other convention.
I mean, even in spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we ended up deciding on this time. As for like our roles,
it all that all fell together over time too.
Yeah. It just felt like nobody was kind of really stepping forward into that.
I was probably the biggest opposition, maybe not the biggest, but I was highly opposed to starting another convention, trying to like just scare everybody away.
Yes.
Because I had some knowledge of cons not being